And yeah, what's everyone up to today? Anything fun? Any fun plans for the weekend? I fly to Arizona on Sunday night. First time being back in Arizona in probably 30-something years. Saturday morning chores where you're at? That hole in the ground? What hole in the ground? Are you talking about the Grand Canyon? That actually reminds me, I have been to the Grand Canyon. I forgot about that. Yeah, more recently than what I was thinking. Yeah, I think it starts in Colorado and then, you know, dips into Arizona. No, you're right. I'm pretty sure it's Arizona. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Let's double check that. Yeah, so basically the Grand Canyon starts up here in Utah? Oh, I thought it was Colorado for some reason. No, it's like the Little Colorado River and some of that stuff, but no, not Colorado. So Utah into Arizona, and it does actually have a segment that looks like it's inside of Nevada. I didn't know that. Walking path that goes a little over the edge, like a glass bottom kind of thing? Interesting. I don't remember that when I went there. But we did do like a raft trip, like at the start, into like the middle area. And then the middle area, like we just did like the hike out from Phantom Ranch or whatever it's called. But yeah, that was a good trip. That was pretty cool. I'm not going to the Grand Canyon. I'm going to Arizona because that's where Git Kraken's offices are, and I'm going to be going into work. How expensive is such a flight? I think it was like $200 each way. Like, something like that. But I'm not having to pay for it. It's a work trip, so they paid for it. They're paying for the hotel, all that stuff. Yeah, it'll be chill. They're both night flights, which I tend to prefer. When I do like long-term flights, I really don't mind doing like an overnight red-eye, as long as someone doesn't bring their kids. Right? Crying baby on a red-eye is one of the worst things in the world. But yeah, if I do like a West Coast to East Coast and back kind of thing, yeah, I'll typically try and aim for the ones that are super late at night. Because it's easier to fall asleep and just, it's like you weren't even on the plane. I always tell myself I'm going to get work done on a plane. I never do. I never get any work done on the plane. Chance to savor the excellent cuisine. Yeah, I'm not sure what cuisine Arizona's known for. Technically, I know someone who lives there who has a recommendation for like a lobster roll place. So yeah, I might go try and hang out with them. Lobster in the desert does seem strange to me. But I've never had a lobster roll, so, you know, could be great. Oh, I bet Sgt. Pepper. Yeah, that can be stressful for sure. Yeah, so Dosen beer. I'm going to refund your channel points just because you didn't really let us know what presentation we should do. So yeah, any mods that can just refund Dosenbeer's represent a talk thing? I just don't have that view like pulled up right now. Do we even have any mods here right now? No. No, I don't go to Arizona until Sunday night. So Seattle-lite, you're saying Mexican food. Is it good Mexican food, or is it more like Tex-Mex? I think that's the thing I would be concerned about. I like a good traditional, like, street-style taco. I'll eat other stuff, but yeah, if I'm thinking, man, I want some Mexican food, I want street-style tacos. Not San Diego wet taco style. Ugh. 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 There's one good taco place I found last time I went to San Diego. I'm gonna give another one a try. But we'll see. You're saying Arizona tacos are like California tacos? Yeah, where you're probably gonna get really dried out carne asada, and then they mask it with their like sauce that they're expecting to be able to put on top. Alright, like guacamole or whatever sauce. Ugh. No thank you. I just want the carne asada, the cilantro, and some onions. And then some tortilla chips to crunch up. That's all I want. That's it. You'd be surprised how few places in San Diego actually do that. Because I think they're aiming at like the... I guess like the Tijuana style is actually like the wet taco style. Where it's just like, you know, a bunch of crap on it. Fish tacos sounds terrible to me. I don't do that. But yeah, let's pour a beverage. It's Friday. Yeah, I think technically Sgt. Pepper, California in general, probably has a great mix. The place that I tend to like stay in San Diego, in the Gaslamp district, is probably not where you're gonna find good authentic Mexican food. But I have gone to a bunch of other places outside of the Gaslamp district. Not a bunch, but a couple. Meh. They weren't that good. It's so weird to me. So yeah, I've come to recognize that I simply just don't like the same style of tacos as most West Coasters in general. There's a place in Seattle called Tacos Chukis that I've heard someone from San Diego say is like the best tacos in Seattle. Meh. I'm good on it. Best tacos in Seattle I've had were from taco trucks. Another really good spot was one where it's a Mexican restaurant. They've got like their street style tacos, and I simply say, hey, can I get them made traditionally? And like when they brought out my food, I could tell they put in some effort because I ate the tacos that they probably try and make themselves, you know? So yeah, the cook was probably stoked on it. So I just wanted the three things on it. The carne asada, the cilantro, and the onion. Ooh, we are low on lemonade mix. This is only lemonade of the day right now. Yeah, Tacos Chukis is super mid. Yeah, I'm not a fan. It is nice, like after Seattle.js, simply because it's open, you know? But yeah, do you have a favorite taco place in Seattle there, Seattle-lite? Makes sense, Sakurai. And what's up, Jarrell? You're in Long Beach, and there's a healthy mix of both. Oh, nice, Brian. Hell yeah. Yeah, like, you know, without doxing yourself too much. Like, we're in the Pacific Northwest. Are you here in Seattle, like me in Seattleite? The Northgate Market. Those look okay. Ooh, the tamales. Those look pretty good. Okay, you're in Vancouver, Washington. Oh, nice. Yeah. Jamin Holmgren, the Chain React, you know, Infinite Red dude, is also in Vancouver. Yeah, that's awesome. There's some really good taco spots in Portland, if you make it out to them. Nice, Sergeant. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the tamales look really good. All right, so let's get to some code. So yeah, cool, Brian. Yeah, I plan on going down to Chain React, the React conference, in late May, I think it is. So yeah, if you end up hanging out, we should say hi. It is, yep. And yeah, I'd say also keep your eye out for like tech meetups in Seattle too. Was it me who was ranting about rice in tacos? That sounds like this craziest thing I've ever seen, right? Rice in a taco? In a burrito I could see, but in a taco? I don't like it. I don't like it. But yeah, I don't know if that was me. You're doing a meetup in PDX doing study groups. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Rice is good with ketchup? We can agree to disagree. And this is why I can't trust you on how good that song you're saying it is. I'm kidding, by the way. That was a bad joke. No, I'm having fun. Yeah, just a joke. Are you sure that's like the real trailer? Because I think it was actually just a bunch of like random clips strung together to seem like a Beetlejuice trailer, right? The one I saw just had a bunch of Beetlejuice 1 clips in it, and then clips of like Winona Ryder from like totally different stuff. The official? Yeah, I haven't seen the official then. We'll have to check it out later. Oh, that does look official. Yeah, we'll have to check it out. It feels wrong, but it is edible. I mean, yeah. Edible and delicious are different things. What is it I'm drinking? Now, it's like a lemonade mix, but I'm out of the lemonade. That was the last of it. Which is a bummer. But is what it is. Could be worse. Could always be worse. I see where you went with that one. So yeah, it turns out this one's in July this year. Okay. Yeah, 3-day event, which is awesome. I forget what the first day is. $42 days left of their call for speakers. Cool. Yeah, no worries, Bob. Yeah, it was a fun news crawl. I think that article was great. I was really happy with that one. So here's what they're looking for. React Native specific. Not just JS, not just React Web or general software dev. They are looking for React Native talks. Things to avoid, right? Introducing brand new libraries or talks that have been given at other conferences already, especially if they're recordings. Talks that don't pertain directly to React Native, and pre-canned live coding that are less informative and more watch me code. Live coding's fine, but as a visual aid to inform with well-practiced illustrations or illustrative examples, rather than just a Twitch live coding session on stage. Ooh, yeah, they cover travel for full-length speakers. If you're doing a lightning talk, they cover hotel. Yeah, cool. Yeah, last year I went out of my own pocket. I was able to get a free ticket, which is awesome, like in exchange for promoting it and tweeting, like, you know, things about it and all that. Just because, you know, we know Jamin, and he's an awesome stand-up dude. And I made sure that it was something where I could let people know that I did get it for free. Because, you know, transparency and authenticity. I think that's all I got going. Right? So, yeah. But, no, this seems cool. If anyone has any React Native stuff they're doing, you should probably check it out. Oh, yeah. No, the hallway track is the most important part to me, where you're actually chatting with other devs. That is so fun. And honestly, I met a whole bunch of really, really great people at Chain React. I got to hang out with Mark, the CTO of Ping, right? Like, the one who corrects all of Theo's bad code. I think that's the way they phrase that. Awesome dude, right? Yeah, really, really awesome dude. Hadn't hung out with him at all before then. And yeah, just super cool. Theo was there, of course. Got to meet Rachel Neighbors. I consider Rachel Neighbors a friend now, too. Mark Lynch, also very awesome dude. I consider him a friend now. Borderline, like at least at the bare minimum, close acquaintance. A friend is friend's a tough term. I would consider that, but, you know. Yeah. It's tricky. But yeah, like, just a whole bunch of really cool people. Taz Singh, like, just so many really cool, interesting people that I only met because I went to Chain React. I really like that. And I know I'm leaving out a bunch. Mike Hardington, awesome dude. Like, yeah, just so many of them. Yeah, the hallway track and meeting people and chatting is the most important part of conferences. The talks are fine. You can usually watch the talks on YouTube later, though. But yeah, and yes, Me Election did use React Native. I don't think I have any good ideas for what would make a good talk about Me Election, though. So that's the trickier part. I think I could easily do like a lightning talk at like a meetup about it, but I don't think it's conference material. Like, you know, how it's built, what libraries I use, that kind of stuff. That'd be great for like a meetup talk. So yeah, I don't know. Something to think about. But yes, Chain React, I'm planning on going this year. Hopefully I'll see some people there. Yeah, tickets are pretty spendy, but being out there in Vancouver, you don't have to worry about like the hotel cost, which is nice. I don't remember how much they even cost. Oof. Woof. So yeah, I mean, no worries if that's outside the budget. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you work for a company, they often have like a budget you can use for like knowledge development, etc. You could most likely get your company to sponsor that, right? If they do have a budget like that. Yeah, exactly. So it's fairly spendy. I will say this though, besides like the official after party,
Thanks.
We typically hang out. You can always just hang out. That part's chill.
Sopertech, also known as the Techno Guardian, is a superhero born from the synergy of nature and advanced technology. After surviving a mysterious lab accident involving bioengineered soybeans and nanotechnology, they discovered they could manipulate technology and organic matter. Sopertech can hack into any digital device, animate gadgets to assist in battles, and even make plants grow at an accelerated rate to protect innocent lives. Their origin lies in their dual passion for environmental science and computer engineering, driving them to use their powers to combat both tech-based crimes and ecological disasters. Wearing a suit that's a blend of green plant fibers and sleek circuit lines, Sopertech is a modern-day protector of both the digital and natural world.
Wow, that was really bad. I'm gonna go refresh that. Maybe it's just like, just a bug. We're gonna shout that one out again. But yeah, how are you doing today, Soy Pete? Yeah, 1 second. So you were doing some Golang and HTMX. Nifty. You were building out a new platform for tech events. Ooh, okay. Yeah, no worries, Brian. Yeah, have a good one. We'll see you again soon, right? You left a follow, yeah? Maybe you already had one. Oh, you've been following a while. Yeah, no worries. So mostly Go, but you have a mission to kill meetup.com. Technically, I think WeWork also has that mission because they are actively killing meetup.com. You know, like they're making it so much worse. They haven't touched it in years. And it sounds like a fun project. I do want to point out that there's another one that YK Dojo is good at. Oh, wait. They sold it off? Oh, it changed hands last month? Oh, so maybe it'll get some effort. Yeah, that could be cool, actually. Yeah, maybe they'll actually put some effort into it. That would be awesome. I did not know that. That's legit. Oh, and hold on, I might not have my chat up. Anyone over on YouTube, sorry if you tried to chat. Looks like we're good. I got a question. Yeah, you're really like techie about it. Have you ever dealt with setting up? I guess this is a really specific problem I'm having. Have you ever dealt with setting up OpenTelemetry for Next.js? It's like a really specific problem. Because yeah, we don't have a good way of knowing where to configure some of these URLs and stuff. So that part's getting me right now. All right, let's try and see if the bot does better, because that was just so strange. Like, how bad it was working.
Thanks for the support. Soy Pete Tech, also known as the Tech Titan, is a tech-savvy superhero with the ability to manipulate and control technology. Their origin story begins as a brilliant software engineer who was caught in a lab accident that fused their DNA with advanced nanotechnology. Now they use their newfound powers to fight cybercrime and protect the digital world. The Tech Titan can interface with any electronic device, hack into networks, and create powerful weapons out of digital code. They also have the ability to enhance their own physical abilities with cybernetic enhancements. With their keen intellect and mastery of technology, Soy Pete Tech is a formidable hero in the modern age.
There we go. So that one was better. I think it was just the session that I had going had like timed out or something. Yeah, that one was solid. That was a good one. If you end up wanting that audio clip, just send me a message over on Discord and I can send it over. Discord's like the easiest way of sending those audio files. Yeah, sounds good. All right, so we'll fire this up, right? We see OpenTelemetry demo. If we look at their source code for the front end, I believe they're just using like the Vercel OAuth thing. Oh, right. No, this one doesn't even use instrumentation in the same way. So yeah, I don't think this is nearly as relevant. Cornflake, what you're getting at is like the Vercel OTel package. I have the hardest time actually finding it. Right, we can get the package from NPM. We can get some log stuff about it, sure. Right, this 404s, which is incredibly annoying. Maybe there's a good New Relic article about it. That could be cool. Yeah, so they got like quick starts and, you know, somewhat relevant stuff, but it's really not all of what we're looking for. And this is totally different. I mean, let's go look at it. Pages. Nope. So yeah, it seems like their exporter is still not doing what I'm expecting. We did ask ChatGPT, though. So yeah, this OTLP trace exporter. And what's up, Raz? How you doing? So I guess here's the biggest thing. We've got the next server running, but we're not getting any log traces by using this trace exporter. All right, let me pour another one of these. We are out of lemonade, so we're gonna have to just do the water. Which is fine. Could be worse. Anyone joining? You got any fun plans for the weekend or anything like that? What do you think? And I should have done a like on that one. Oh, how do y'all feel about Gamers Outreach? Right? Gamers for Giving or whatever? Have you ever heard of that one? I got someone reaching out for me to do like a charity stream, basically. Is that the one that Prime does? Or does he do a different one? He does Extra Life. That's a different one. You're gonna watch some soccer. There you go. And having some much needed non-computer time. Yeah, that works. I'm into that. You're gonna mod NFS. Oh. Need for Speed Most Wanted. I saw NFS, I was like, oh, network file system. Cool, man. So yeah, gotcha. What mod are you planning? And yeah, there you go, Ciro. Yeah, being zoned in is great. For sure. Right. I get it, making your own mod, but what is the mod gonna do? You were planning on watching NCAA basketball, but Kentucky lost their game last night, and now they're out of the bracket, right? So now you're pouting instead. You could always become a baseball fan. Baseball's just picking up. I know. Yeah, I can't get into baseball that much either. I'd rather watch, like, the highlights rather than, like, an entire game. Ugh. So, modeling new meshes, new models. Basically, first trying to add similar things to the game. Biggest problem so far was finding good 3D models for cars. Yeah! I mean, make your own cars. Right? Do it like Pinewood Derby style. That could be kind of fun. I feel like that could be really fun, actually. Right? Because those are really simple models. Like, you know, stuff you could make yourself. Windows mouse cursor shaped car? There you go. That works. Do you mean like the wedge? The actual like optimal Pinewood Derby car? Oh, an intentionally pixelated one. Oh, that sounds fun. Off-center, just like it? Nice. That actually sounds kind of fun. I like that. I like that we can make it big by just shaking it. So I almost need to look at the code of telemetry gen. All right, so we see execute there. Interesting, Sakurai. So you're finding like bugs in the system. That's pretty legit. Ooh, so 8889 is the one that someone else recommended. Looks like here, default endpoint for the RYAC receiver. Oh, that's not what we're looking for. I think no matter what, right, the way that we have our collector configured, we got 4317 and 4318. So if I find those, all right, so default gRPC endpoint is localhost 4317. Default HTTP endpoint is 4318. So yeah, if we go back and look at this, I think we want 4317 there, but I think I also want to do something here. So trace exporter. What is the chat GPT recommending? Collector trace exporter. Does that even exist? Oop. So we're going to add that. Please use trace and metric specific exporters. Oh. So the thing that... Yeah, shit. Okay, so that doesn't work because we're actually bringing this in. So OTLP trace exporter is right there. So we're gonna restart this. Need for Speed Underground 2 is probably your favorite? Interesting. Yeah, I haven't played one for a long time. All right, so we're up and running. We see nothing there. So we refresh right here. We are compiling now. We don't see a single log or trace. So log record processor. Used to be on the global leaderboards for drifting? That's huge, man. That's awesome. All right, so this doesn't seem to have any way of passing the values somewhere. What? That's the same thing you just told me. What? There we go. So OTLP trace exporter. And then that goes to that. All right. So that actually looks close to what we're looking for. All right, we do the trace exporter and the span processor. We pass the trace exporter here too. I was hoping there would be some way to like log out everything it does. So yeah, ChatGPT is not getting it. So collector options right there. Kind of makes sense, but yeah, we don't get any way of logging things, do we? So yeah, this is the part that we left off on yesterday. And still not seeing a good log functionality or anything. And we're not seeing this accept anything. We can force it to do something here, but that really just doesn't help us. So we can do OTLP insecure, right? We've been doing that one. That's fine. Hey, what's up, Melky? How you doing? What are you up to? Doing some work? Nice. Is that some ML stuff? Is that like typically what you're doing still at Twitch? Or like, yeah, like what department are you in these days? Right, like chat ML stuff, I feel like I remember hearing at one point. If you can say, if not, whatever. Sorry for even saying that. And what's up, Travis? How you doing? The Vrominator. Ooh, hold on, Melky. This might actually be fun. I don't know if you've seen this one yet. I don't think you've seen this. Okay, you're in the ML team, but it wasn't chat ML. Okay, gotcha. I think I just did that myself. My brain auto-completed the chat part, I think. So hold on, Melky. We've got this bot. It will take someone's name and imagine them as a superhero. Let's see how it does with your name.
Thanks for the support. Melky, as a superhero, harnesses the power of melody and rhythm. Their superhero origin story starts in a recording studio, where after a freak lightning storm, they gain the ability to manipulate sound waves. Melky's main superpower is creating sonic boom attacks with just a strum of their guitar. They can also soothe anyone into a pacified state or even lull enemies into sleep with their dulcet tones. Furthermore, their impeccable sense of timing and rhythm gives them the ability to predict
flailing right now.
opponent moves in the midst of battle, making them a valuable asset in combat. Melky's warm and captivating persona, along with their unique sonic abilities, has made them a revered figure in the superhero world. Being able to strike the perfect chord between their musical talent and heroic responsibility, Melky truly harmonizes justice.
All right, so hold on. Let me refresh. I'm running into some weird bug. I think it's on their end. Like maybe their servers are just like overloaded or something. Let me just try this one more time.
Thanks for the support. Melky, the mystical protector, harnesses the power of potion making.
Ooh.
Their countless
Now you're an
abilities grant them
alchemist.
abilities like healing, invisibility, and shape-shifting. They acquired their skills during a life-changing journey to a hidden cave where they discovered an ancient recipe book. Melky now uses their remarkable abilities to safeguard the innocent and maintain balance in a world teetering on the edge of chaos.
It's not stopping like it was, though. That's good. And that was a short one, but awesome. So yeah, anyway, if you end up wanting to do something like that, it's pretty simple. You would have to sign up for Vappy and get your own key. But you could also give it your own prompt as well. So yeah, you could imagine people as super villains or, I don't know, whatever, right? But the main gist is I wired up the Vappy API to TMI.js. So when I get raided or someone is gifted a sub or someone resubs or subs or a minimum 100 bits, then they get imagined as a hero. So it kind of like, I don't know, incentivizes subs and some of those things. It's definitely got bugs still. Someone gifted 100 subs yesterday, and it borked out around like 20 or something. The Vrominator was pretty hilarious. That was good. Should have clipped it. I can give you that. Yeah, hold on. If you send me a message on Discord, I can send it to you. So yeah, let me see if I can get yours. Someone else actually sent a message just now too. Soy Pete. Yeah, except let me download theirs right now. Here we go. So there is Soy Pete. All right. Let me grab the Vrominators. Technically, it's the Rominator, but good enough. There you go. And yeah, let me download this one. And there you go. Sweet. Yeah. Not quite as good as it could be, but, you know, good enough. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I think it's fun. Yeah, I had a blast making it. Like, it's just a fun little goofy tool. So yeah, what we're doing right now is we're trying to figure out how to set any of this stuff to where we can actually, like, see these values. So basically, telemetry gen is a Go tool that will output generically created logs, traces, or metrics. And our server that's running, right, we could actually just run it. Let's do this. There we go. So we generate a log. It goes and it gets set, and we see the output over here. So it's just some really generic data. But this is then going through our OpenTelemetry collector, and the collector is then proxying that to Grafana's Loki instance, right, that we have on Grafana Cloud. And we verified that that totally works. So all this is working. What we're not getting is anything from our Next.js configuration, which I am having trouble even figuring out how we would debug such a thing. Because we end up getting this, right? We can see that this log file does happen, which is nice. So inside instrumentation does get called. Right there. It happens when it does its like initial compile of the instrumentation step. So that happens basically once as the app is spun up, and then this SDK here should be doing something. If we look at the SDK and what methods are available, I really wish we could add like a logger to this process, right? We can do a logger provider, a meter provider, and a tracer provider, and, you know, it'll work. But those don't give us any way of like logging out what's happening and when. And most of these things that we're trying to look at are deprecated. So yeah, calling configure tracer provider is no longer acceptable, and they want you to pass it to the config as this gets created. Now this is the sdk.d.ts file, so maybe I want to go look in our node modules folder and just fiddle with it and see what happens. Like, just throw a log somewhere. Like, how bad could it be? What's the worst that could happen? All sorts of stuff. But I think that's what we kind of need to do now. So if we go SDK node, we look in here, we see sdk.d.ts, we see sdk.js. I know. I'm just, how bad could it be? Right? Just by the nature of saying how bad could it be, it got way worse. I get it. Yeah, exactly. It's more fun that way. It's better content. All right, so there's the constructor. Let's move past the constructor for now. We don't care about the those configure provider methods. Here in start, they're using their own deprecated method? Are you kidding me? If they're not going to listen to their own deprecation, why would I care? It got worse. Yeah, it got way worse. This is why we can't have nice things. Okay, so I see why they're doing like the double object assign. That part's fine. I'm guessing you mean the music? This is synthwave. If you do exclamation point song, you can get a link. One of these days, we'll just listen to Melky's music, right? The bot sold us on it. I'm in. I want to hear that first album now. If we look at the utils files, we see instrumentations. Maybe I'm missing an instrumentation. That could be a thing. All right, so hold up. OTLP exporter base. Where's that one coming from? So wait, it says we are looking for that. It's weird to me that they import it twice. We're going to add that just in case. Oh, and it brings in exporter collector automatically, which I find strange. All right, so exporter base right here. As we look at it, oh, man, my machine is really, really not stoked on all this work. Okay, okay. Let's start this up again. It's gonna compile some stuff. It's just whiskey and water because I'm out of lemonade mix, which is just tragedy. Pure tragedy. Shakespearean. Yeah, the lemonade mix I use with my whiskey is Country Time Lemonade. I believe it ends up, you know, if you're doing bourbon, it ends up being called a Lynchburg Lemonade. That's like the official name. But I don't like that name, so I call it a CM Griffing Lemonade. Shameful? No. The only shameful thing is caring how someone else chooses to enjoy their beverages. That's shameful. It tastes fine. Wouldn't be drinking it if it didn't. All right, so here we are. Here we go running again. Ooh, so we do see export getting called. That is good news. That is pretty dang good news. Pineapple whiskey? No, I don't even remember talking about it. Pineapple whiskey. Who makes a pineapple whiskey? Buchanan's. Oh, okay, interesting. You never know till you try, man. Oh, and Buchanan's is a Scotch brand? I mean, I think we found it, right? Right? Buchanan's Pineapple Scotch? Oh, Ensign Red, a different one. Ensign Red Pineapple. So they make a bunch of different, like, flavored stuff. Oh, interesting. So Ensign Red looks like the same brand. So Buchanan's versus Ensign Red. Oh, they're not the same. I just thought it looked the same. Yeah, totally different. Never mind. Nah, it's not the same. Yeah, totally different bottle. Okay, so Buchanan's is a Scotch, whereas Ensign Red is a blended Canadian whiskey, right? Okay. Yeah, I could check it out. Especially if it's that cheap. Yeah, Canadian. Oh, I gotta go to Linwood to pick it up? Yikes. I mean, you can water it down. Mixers are a thing. Yeah, it's not a bad deal. Wouldn't mind trying it. A small mini barrel? Oh, so you're a big fan. Okay. I get it. All right, so yeah, I'll have to remind myself to check that out another time. I don't make it to Linwood very often. Gotcha. Yeah, I like a good mixer. Enjoy the beverages how you like them. But Lucker, thank you for the follow. And real quick, Halam. Yeah, sorry about that. My bad. That was like an hour ago. I hope you're still there. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I bet you'd like the lemonade too. The thing I find like most interesting is you can really like tell the difference between whiskeys in the lemonade, right? Some of them are delicious and others just kind of like don't mesh. The one I had recently that's like, hold on. This one. Tyrconnell, as an Irish whiskey, has a major like honey flavor to it. And I don't know about you, I don't actually like honey. I'm not a fan. There's like some weird like aftertaste. But if you like honey, ooh, yeah, I'd say give this a shot. You'll probably really like it. Yeah. So, yep, I don't think you'll like it then. So, no worries. But okay, so we're seeing the exports. This is not shutdown. This is concurrency. Yeah, it's definitely an aftertaste thing, for sure. I completely agree. It may even be like somewhat genetic. You know, like some people have that gene where cilantro tastes like soap to them. Cilantro tastes delicious to me, but yeah. You know, flavor is the thing. So yeah, like not liking honey might be tied to some specific thing. Maybe that's it. Maybe you just like need to not have the cilantro thing, and then all of a sudden you don't like the honey flavor. You get really angry and competitive when you drink liquor and piss everyone off? Yeah, I can see that. I definitely get into jerk mode sometimes. I'm trying to avoid it. I feel like I've been better, but yeah, when I overdo it, who knows? So you like both. He is the daywalker. He is the one. But yeah, no, I get that, Space Case. That makes sense. Did you have a chance to check out Focus View? If not, totally fine. You know more people who dislike cilantro than people who do like cilantro. I find that interesting. That is really curious to me. I pretty much only put it on tacos, so, you know, I might not have a good reference. Do I like beer? I like IPAs. There are definitely some IPAs I can't drink. They end up tasting like you're eating a flower, you know? I think there's definitely one from Elysium that's like that. I think it's Lush or something like that. Or like Jasmine something. Which is tricky for me because I have fond memories of the word Jasmine. But that beer just, ugh. Might be lentil. I think technically there is a gene that some people have where cilantro tastes like soap. Now, I could understand if you're just like grabbing some cilantro and chewing on it, that's probably not that good. But it really, really ties the taco together, right? As far as street style tacos go. Have I played Shredders? Yeah, that one's really good. I really like the fact that in the game they make a joke about like, yeah, and you know, it's almost like there was no budget on this game because we're all wearing masks or something, right? Or I'm messing up the quote, but the fact that they called that out in game is actually really funny, really cool. But yeah, Shredders has the best mechanics of any snowboard game I've ever played. It lines up really well with basically how Amped 2 like worked, which is the best snowboarding game previously. There was another fun game, like X Games Pro Snowboarder or something that was good, where like you would set your like jump, and then it was almost like Cool Boarder style, but like the rotations were more realistic. That was good, but it misses like the ability to pre-spin to like really spin up your rotation, which Shredders does perfectly. The way you like wind up and get your chucks and a little bit of pre-spin. Yeah, that's like, yeah, Shredders is currently the best mechanics. SSX Tricky is fun, but it's not snowboarding. It's some approximation of snowboarding that someone who never actually snowboarded came up with. I think you're thinking of X Games Pro Boarder. Wait. That was a PS2 game, though. Oh, it was ESPN. All right, never mind. Yeah, this one was really good. It was ESPN, not X Games. And it is regular PlayStation. I'm thinking of a different game now. I'm totally thinking of a different game. I think. Ooh, no, I'm not. It is this one. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was a PS2 game. Okay, never mind. I remember going out to like the Zoomies at the mall to play this game. Yeah, the way you would do like they called it a chicane, right? But like the chicane Japan was a really good like backside Japan. Yeah, this game killed it. Man, it looks so much older now. I remember the graphics were better, but nah, they weren't. They weren't. And what up, Jens? How you doing? Yeah, you were totally right, B. Campbell. Yeah. My rose-colored glasses totally messed that one up. Yeah, no worries, Lentil Stew Dragon. We'll see you again soon. Thank you for chilling. Yeah, I hope you have a nice evening, too. Yeah, exactly, Travis, because they were amazing compared to the other games at the time. But then when we go look at it with our 30 years later, like, brains, yikes. Yeah, I remember thinking Knights of the Old Republic 2 had great graphics. Now I can't go back and play it. You know? Like, oof. Oh, it'd be super fun to make. Oh, absolutely. I can't remember if you've been streaming that long, but do you remember Steampunk Programmer? He was a game dev. If not, no worries. But yeah, as a game dev, like, he's worked at like EA and like big studios and stuff. And super cool dude. Haven't seen him streaming for a while. So yeah, I hope he's still good. I think he still has a sub going on this stream, which is crazy to me. But anyway, I digress. He made a game that looked exactly like Resident Evil, right? But like modern, to where it had like kind of the grit to it. The mechanics were similar. The textures, like, it looked like you were playing a PS1 game, but more modern. And it was really good. Yeah, he nailed it. Like, super cool. Yeah. Ooh, here's a fun bit. So Jens, you mentioned Monkey Island. In Monkey Island 2, there's a part where they have this thing called, I'm gonna forget the name of it. There's like a specific like game engine for like the audio. So there's like a part in like a specific town in Monkey Island 2, I think, where when you go from like place to place within the town, there's like a bass like song and melody going, but you go into like the bar or into like the map maker's place, and it's that same song, but they layer in like some extra like instruments that totally like changes the vibe and everything. And it's like really cool the way they did that. And if you play like the latest version of that game, there's like the game maker commentary about it and how it's like so cool, but then basically like nobody noticed. And then when you go and like see the next game, like, yeah, they didn't do that and they just did it naively. Because yeah, why waste the time? They had one specific programmer doing that like audio engine, like music changing stuff. And then for the next game, because no one noticed, they just did it naively and still no one like noticed a difference really. But I ended up talking with basically the sound like music guy who did the remade version, right? Like, so the Monkey Island 2 remastered or whatever that has the commentary and all that stuff. I actually got to meet the dude that did that whole soundtrack for like the new version. And he's super cool. And I didn't know it. I'm sitting there like, I knew he did music stuff. This was at PAX last year, like the after party kind of stuff. Or technically the pre-party, like the Twitch thing. And, you know, ended up just chatting with some people, and then we went out and partied and hung out. And one of them I'm sitting there chatting with, he's like a 3D game dev kind of person or something. And I'm like, oh man, and yeah, there was this one thing in like Monkey Island 2 that was so cool. And like the guy I'm like, who was part of our group was like, oh yeah, I heard the guy that did the remaster's an asshole. And I was like, oh really? He's like, it was me. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, such a small world. Because I had just played that game like the month before. Like, dude, like so serendipitous, like really small world stuff. It was very cool. He ended up doing the soundtrack to the latest like Mortal Kombat game, and he's working on the soundtrack for like that Star Wars like bounty hunter game, you know? Like, yeah, he's big time. But yeah, just fun stuff. Just going out, hanging out with people. And then all of a sudden we're partying. It was nifty. I really liked it. Part of that same group was one of the dudes that did like alien sound effects for Starfield. Things like that. Like, man, yeah, just really nifty chatting with some of these like niche communities where no one's going to recognize them out in public, but they've done some really interesting stuff. So yeah, I really liked that part. And it was even funnier because I think he Twitch streams, like a bunch of them Twitch stream, and it was at a Twitch like PAX event. It's where I met like Dom Palambi, who was like the musician and their band playing at that Twitch event. Like really cool. But basically, you know, because I'm partner, I had this like wristband and it, you know, it was under my sleeve the whole time. And then like we're sitting there hanging out like way later, like night's winding down. And he notices like, oh, whoa, you're like famous. You could have been hanging out upstairs, like on the 3rd floor of the event. And I was like, oh, there was a 3rd floor? Huh. Like, I didn't even know. Like, it was just funny. It was just kind of funny. So yeah, I like stuff like that. Just small world. You know. Probably earned some respect by not even, like, mentioning that I'm a partnered streamer. Because I don't think it's even that relevant. But yeah, I don't know, it was cool. I'd keep an eye out for that. I believe it's like sometime in the next month or two. And yeah, I want to go to that event again. That was great. All right, so we got it loaded up. If we do a refresh, we should see something. Right? Needs to compile, and then it's going to log out some of our logs. Probably just the main one, and then I'm hoping we see the items thing. Oh. We didn't see items. Oh. Yeah, the weird part is we're seeing export get called. We're not seeing any of these log values, though, which means we're not getting into those branches. So we should have seen this one. But maybe we end up seeing that one. All right, so after it compiles, it's going to do some stuff. Hey, there it is. Invalid constant expected HTTP. What does that mean? What's up, Efficacy? How you doing? Right, so we see export right here. It tries to do a send. Where is send coming from? Wait, what? What's up, Proton Fig? How you doing? So this is the thing that inherits from the base there, which means that this is the thing that probably needs that send function, but we don't see it. What? Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure, Rumple. All right, so custom Next Hotel, node modules. Oh, it's at the top level. Aha, so PNPM here. So the path for this is in platform node inside of OTLP exporter base. Inside of OTLP exporter base. All right, so then we head into there. Oh, we don't see the node modules in there though. Yeah, so I don't see where send is getting set up. Oh, okay, hold on. So that doesn't look right to me. So we're going here, .pnpm, OTLP exporter base. And then it does a node modules folder within these things. I don't think that's what we're looking for whatsoever. Yeah, something's up. And Nas Redden, how you doing? Yeah, I want to just be able to log something inside of that send function. Just to see what's going on. But yeah, we're getting a failed parse error and then the thing trying to be parsed. And that's definitely just like a node error. You need one for mobile app dev. For app dev, you're probably fine with whatever. If you would end up needing to like edit video or anything that like the new Apple Silicon would really benefit from, then you'd be good. So basically, I've done some benchmarks recently where I have like an older 2015 MacBook with a graphics card in it, right? Like an NVIDIA GPU and everything. Sorry for the burp. But this brand new MacBook Air runs circles around it as far as like benchmarking, handling like Blackmagic RAW files, which is interesting. So I would say like a newer Mac, even if it's like lower level, right? At like, you know, the lower price points, etc., might be worth checking into. Or look at maybe something slightly older that's got an M1 or an M2 in it, and you're probably good to go. Because I would still say those are miles ahead of like the Intel Macs, as far as performance and things like that go. Yeah, and a MacBook Pro M1 is still massively more performant than any of the Intel Macs they've ever made, which is crazy, like mind-blowing. Yeah, the new ones are pretty spendy. Let me just throw it out there, though. Like, The one I got for work, I think, is like the cheapest one they could get, which is fine. Apple, MacBook, Air. I don't know. Let's just do this. Let me double check. So I don't think which HTTP client you're mentioning. That would be the tricky part. I don't think this is a Node thing, like Mini Scruff was saying. Send is definitely part of like the OTel part. So yeah, $1,000 is still pretty spendy. Let me double check one thing. Ooh, they didn't cheap out, though. So yeah, I've got an M3 Mac. This is definitely one of the 13-inchers. Let me double check something. I got 24 gigs of RAM, though, so they definitely, like, upgraded me a bit, which is nice. Terabyte hard drive, too. So yeah, they didn't go like the cheapest of the cheap, which is cool. It doesn't tell me which CPU's in there, though. So I don't know. Not sure where to look. My guess is they got me this one and then, like, upgraded some things. Yeah, they bumped up the RAM, which is awesome. They bumped up the storage, which is awesome. Yeah, not a cheap machine. Not a cheap machine. Real quick, I do need to use the restroom, but yeah, we're gonna keep hacking at this, and I think we're definitely figuring something out here. I just want to figure out like where that send function is actually coming from. Where's the thing that I just edited? Exporter base. So if we click this .send, oh, it doesn't know where that's coming from. So that makes it a little harder to debug. Parse error expected HTTP. So invalid constant expected HTTP. Let's keep looking. So this seems like part of it. We would need to spin up our service as HTTPS instead. I find it so weird that we're only seeing like the node internal rather than like the full trace, because we should see where this whole thing is getting called. We're not even getting to that though, right? The items thing. Or did we just add that and we need to like restart and try it again? I think that's the move. So we're gonna restart, try it again. I'm gonna kick off the page load, which will then compile that page, and we should see some logs here. I'm gonna go use the restroom, and I will be right back. I think another thing we could do is the buffer that we were getting logged out. We might want to log what the raw packet value is after trying to turn it into a string or something. But yeah, let me kick this off. That'll take a second to actually get us anything over here. Y'all will see it as it comes in. I'm going to go use the restroom, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, and I'm back. So, we see this getting logged out. We do see the items. Okay, cool, cool. Nice. Cool. So that is the span that would be sent out to somewhere if we were doing this right. So it might really be just an HTTPS issue. But I need to figure out where this send function is coming from so I can like inspect inside of it. Okay, so we see here in OTLP trace exporter that, yeah, their default collector URL is basically the localhost 4318. Oh, wait. Hold up. We did the 17. We want this to be the 8. That might have been our entire issue. Still the same error. Yeah, so I don't think HTTPS is the issue, but I'm not sure. It says expected HTTP/, which I don't think makes any sense. Let me try one more thing. Let me just restart it. I'm wondering if some stuff was getting cached. Okay, standard error. So when you say first 5 bytes of an HTTP response, if it were HTTPS, would it be different? And really, I should just log out that raw packet, right? Convert the buffer to a string. Hold up. We saw it. Hey! Alright, so we actually don't need to configure the URL. We were breaking something by trying to do so. We actually see this now. Okay. So then, if we look at this, no data there. Let's try and find some traces. Okay, yeah, so we end up getting this trace. Cool. Cool. So we've got it working. I'm wondering if the main reason it wasn't working is because we didn't have that at first. So now I want to double check this. Oh, I wanted to actually keep that going. I want to stop and restart the server here. All right, so that is progress. I'm wondering if we don't get anything here because trace exporter wasn't there. Whereas like span seems like it should have been fine. That looks right to me. Okay. Weird. So what weren't we doing before? I must have missed just some kind of step. I don't know what I was doing wrong and why we weren't seeing any values for that, but it looks like we're good now. Okay, so we end up seeing the trace exporter. Metric reader is probably not it. Trace exporter we can do. We don't end up seeing logs though, right?
Thanks for the support. Orange Ignitoc, the guardian of the glowing groves, wields the power to control citrus-based life forms and harness their vitality to create shields of hardened orange peel and blasts of concentrated citrus energy that can blind and disorient foes. They can summon and command an army of animated orange grove guardians to defend the natural world. Their origin story began in the Orange Conservatory of Citria, where a rare cosmic event occurred.
Citria.
A meteor shower rained down on the conservatory, infusing them with interstellar energies while they were conducting research on a new, super nutritious orange hybrid. The cosmic energies combined with the potent life force of the oranges, transforming them into the Orange Ignitoc. Draped in a vibrant suit of orange and green, with a crest on their chest resembling a stylized orange slice, they stand as a beacon of vitality and protection wherever they go.
That was solid. That was solid. So yeah, thank you for that sub there, Orange Knight. The hero of Citria. Real quick, Gabriel, thank you for that follow. Yeah, welcome. How you doing? All right, let me double check. Work. No one's reaching out. Work stuff is done. So yeah, all right, so we've made some pretty solid progress there. We're able to get traces. Yeah, what I'm wondering is, how does the metric stuff work? So yeah, we see 0 logs for the time period we're looking at. All right, so let's look at what they say here and keep in mind that it might not be accurate. We end up seeing logger right there. Okay, so hold on. We see our service name. We see where the exporter is created. I am. Technically, I'm pushing to my local collector, which is then pushing to Grafana Cloud from localhost. But tomato, tomato. Didn't send pull anything into Grafana Prometheus. So because we're pushing to Loki, Prometheus, and Tempo, they are like the hosted services within Grafana. So if we look at our config, if I can find it, right? We basically set up exporters for OTLP, which is our tempo, Loki, which is our logging, and then Prometheus remote write. All of these are proxied from our collector, which then pushes these things up. Right? So it's going to Grafana's Prometheus instance. So all that should be super easy for us to just consume and deal with. But yeah, what's up, Koala? How you doing? And almost did the 3 dots. Yeah, no worries. I get it. It's one of those things that's habit. Dot, dot, dot. All right, sorry. Just super weird thing. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, let's pour another beverage. And I want to figure out how to wire up the logging. Nah, we don't need to do that part at all. Okay, so next steps then. The thing that they're recommending here is that we do a collector trace exporter, and that is the exporter that we put into here. Minnow, thank you for the follow. What's up? Ooh, why doesn't it like that? Property export is missing, but required in type span exporter. All right, so we're gonna refresh this a bit. Looks like that loaded. So yeah, I only see spans getting logged out here. I'm not seeing the logs. Ooh, so another thing we should probably do is stop logging out items inside of what we modified there. Right? Because it's getting noisy. Okay, so if we clear that buffer, here we go building again. Oh, and I didn't do any of the food prep stuff I would need if I wanted to cook a meal tonight. So I might just go get some KFC, which is fine. Hold on. Did I refresh that? We did refresh that. Cool. And we see this trace getting logged. Okay, cool. So if we look at what we got in here, we technically didn't get anything over here because we no longer have this exporter going to the URL we care about. Okay, so looking at this, where do we see example logger? So maybe I want to do something like that. Right? Trace.tracer. So if I take this and we try and log it out, where do we think that, like, hello message is going to show up? Logger.info is not a function. Why? Oh, and yeah. So yeah, the main gist is we want to see all the different types of data make it to our Grafana stuff. We're getting traces, which are spans of, like, you know, things happening within a time frame or whatever. We're not getting logs. Not yet, at least. Okay, so we still get that as an error. So returns a tracer from the global tracer provider. I don't understand where that is even happening. We see export getting hit a lot, which is fine. We saw stuff make it to here, which is fine. But our function here, trace.getTracer, is no good. So they end up doing this, where they get a thing called diag. I don't see where any of that is making sense. But if we go to here and maybe fiddle with it. What's up, Indy? How you doing? Starting to learn C++. Nice. Yeah, so it's hallucinating a bunch of stuff. What is even on Diag API? We can get the instance. We can set the logger. We can create a logger. All right, so we do the logger.warn. Let's try and restart this and see what we get. Oh, that logger.info is still going to be a bug. My poor little Mac Mini. It's hurting, man. Okay, so the log value doesn't get logged by the aggregator. I wonder if there's like an auto instrumentation. All right, so OTel node SDK auto instrumentation. Oh, wrong place. So yeah, pnpm add, we add the auto instrumentation. And then, how do we set it up? Okay, so we need to install this. Oop. All right, so let's bring this in at the top level, and we got a lot of junk that we just don't need right now. Not quite done yet. So then this one, get node auto instrumentations. Where is that coming from? Auto instrumentations node, which we should have, and it should be importable. No. Damn, this song is crunchy. Okay, so that fixes a bunch of that. Let's try and restart this and see if we get anything like what we're looking for. Oh, we actually see the concurrency getting hit too. Okay, so that loaded. We don't see the getting logged. So the file system stuff we might want to ignore at some point. It seems like the auto instrumentation, though, is now kicking in. But that is not. Interesting. Did we end up seeing Futu and Bartu? Hey, what's up, Gregor? How you doing, Mr. Sir? I think I saw you had a guest on today, right?
Thanks for the support. Username. Greg Orbiswanger would undoubtedly be a magnificent superhero, blending the intellectual might of Tesla with the brute power of a bear. Emerging from a small German town, they harnessed their genius to craft unbreakable Biswanger armor, a technological marvel housing a plethora of gadgets and state-of-the-art technology defenses. Among their many powers, Greg Orbiswanger boasts superhuman strength and intellect, able to analyze threats in nanoseconds and respond with precise strategy and brute force. Like their name, they're iconic and memorable, a beacon of strength and intelligence in a world needful of heroes.
That was a good one. I like that one. That was solid. I hope you liked it too. That was really good. If you end up wanting that audio clip, I can send it to you. Just send me a message on Discord. But yeah, what were you working on today? Installation and then something code integration? Installation, use, and code integration of a large language model. Okay, cool. So yeah, what was the LLM? What were you up to? And I totally get it. If you got to get going, that's how raids work. Right? If you could have kept streaming, you would have kept streaming, obviously. The thing we're doing right now is we're trying to wire up Next.js to OpenTelemetry. And we're able to get a little bit of it. The part that we're less sure of right now is getting logs into here. And yeah, we're not getting any log values, but we do end up getting trace values, which is pretty cool. Or we did. And now, of course, it's broken. This is why we can't have nice things. All right, so here we go. We end up getting a whole bunch of log statements, right? So the traces we get one for our get stuff. We get some for file system open. And this is all from like local. So for a little more context, the reason we're digging into this is because we want to make a video for Highlight.io, which is an observability platform that focuses on session replay. And it's pretty cool. But part of the video is first like, hey, how could you build out OpenTelemetry for Next.js on your own without the automatic nature of some of these services? And that's kind of what we're doing at the moment. So you looked into LM Studio. Cool. Yeah, that one seems cool. I think they're hiring right now, too. I probably lost that link a long time ago because I got a new job now. But yeah, so Open Interpreter and Semantic Kernel. You tried some models and let them generate some code files. Oh, cool. And yeah, how you doing, Herodra? Been a little bit. Yeah, LM Studio. Boom. Yep. So it looks like they want you to be local to New York, but they are looking for Node, React, and TypeScript engineers. So if you're in New York, check it out. Could be cool. There's another one too. Pika Studio or something? Pika.art. Yeah, this is another company that I think was hiring as well. They're hiring for all sorts of stuff. Not sure where they hire from, but let's just look at full stack. Yeah, it doesn't say where they're based out of. Oh, here we go. Headquarters are located in Palo Alto. It doesn't say if they accept remote roles. So I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, this one seems nifty. So yeah, a big part of this is we don't have a way that we're supposed to be seeing some of these values. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Something is off. You're fine. Involved in an initiative for introducing AI in the company you work for, but only around 4 hours a week. Like, you only have 4 hours for that initiative, or you're only working 4 hours? Okay, I was gonna say, that is not much of a full-time job. Sounds nice if you're getting a salary for only 4 hours, though. But yeah, everyone else coming in from the raid, what were y'all up to? You know, how's your day going? The thing we're doing right now is trying to get this part to work, but I don't think we're getting it. So that's a little annoying to me. But if we go look at what GetNode Auto Instrumentations is trying to do, maybe it becomes more obvious? No, it will not. Because basically, there's instrumentation HTTP, but that is completely separate. I don't think I want to do the file system instrumentation. Yeah, what is the net instrumentation there? Now, Winston. That actually seems interesting. So you're comparing several alternatives for all kinds of tasks. Next, you'll try coding assistants like Copilot, Tab9, Codium. Yeah, there's another one too, but they don't get any support from me. What about Devin? Yeah, I don't currently use any LLMs. We've been maybe like fiddling with ChatGPT to see what they say, and it's been all over the place and just basically wrong about everything, which is fun. You know, not ideal. Hold on, wait, what was this one we did? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I feel like the answer should have been 0. Yeah. So yeah, I don't use ChatGPT very often. Yeah, I don't even know what we were doing there. There's definitely stuff that is missing from this history, though, so I find that strange. Maybe it's back when they didn't require a login? I don't know. So I think I want to install Winston. Ooh, Winston versus Pinot. Hold on. Anyone have a preference on logging libraries? We see one saying, hey, stop using Winston or log4j.s for your logs. Here's why. Sure, why not? Let's install Pinot. All right, so we're going to add Pinot. All right, so we're gonna install this one too, and then try and wire that up, and then try and do some log statements, and see if those make it somewhere. Ooh, interesting. So instead of that, what if we did SDK? And we can just do this. What's the name of our app? Next app. All right, so we end up doing that log hook. So then, within page, we want to just bring in Pinot. Kaijon, thank you for the follow. Or, sorry, KJ. Thank you for the follow. All right, so we're going to bring in Pinot. We're going to hide that. What I want to do is maybe... Ooh, and hold on. So we do const logger equals Pinot, and then here, logger dot info. Rendered. And then where we have that button for being clicked. Going to make that a regular button. So you had a regular workday plus a 6-hour-long stream, so you have to get some sleep now. Yeah, no worries, Herodra. Yep, yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow. Probably see you then, right? And again, Gregor, if you're out there, I really appreciate the raid. Thank you, Mr. Sir. All right, so we end up doing logger.info clicked. We'll do pnpm dev here in instrumentation.node. It looks to me like we're pretty good. All right, so the instrumentation worked. Let's see what's going on here next. So if we reload the app, export concurrency, a lot of that stuff just firing off. I probably want to ignore the file system stuff. Oh, okay. If we go to here, do we see use client? We do. Ah, okay. Can we do the use client inside of a different thing? I know what I'll do. I'll just take this. We'll copy it. Oops. Right, hold on. Let's just do this. Button.tsx. Let's just go grab the insides of it. All right, so then we head in here. So let me double check this. That's the client-side approach. This is the server-side approach. Okay. So I think I get it. What we end up wanting to do then... I want to put this back to a regular button. So then logger.warn quit. All right, so this is still rendering. Come on, you can finish. I believe in you. So yeah, we see export fire a bunch. We don't see rendered pretty much ever. But this isn't done yet, so we should wait till this finishes. Man, I need a haircut. Probably gonna cut my hair like tomorrow morning or something. All right, so let's stop this. Let's refresh and let's see what happens. Oh, we do see the rendered message kick off there. Oh, we don't see that rendered log, though. Which means we probably won't see that. We do see clicked. We see host name, which is fine. But as we click it, we don't see any value over on start server. And I think part of the issue is that we see that we're trying to wire up over here in instrumentation.node, but we're not seeing trace ID or span ID. When we look at this, we don't see Next.js either. So it seems to me like the Pinot instrumentation here is not loading. Okay. So I'd say we're at a pretty good point to stop, because I need some food in my belly. I hope Worm is actually around still. I know it's a bit later than I think he was intending. Let me just double check with him. But yeah, I think I'm definitely hitting like a point where I need food in my belly. And I think we made some decent enough progress, but something about our Pinot instrumentation here is not what I was expecting. But I think this gives us a good, like, jumping off point tomorrow. Let me give myself a note. This doesn't seem to be wired up as expected. So yeah, I think we made some good progress, honestly. Like, that's awesome. What we should probably do, and yep, there's nobody over on YouTube, so YouTube later, we're gonna figure out who we go raid.